Yellowstone National Park is one of the world's most stunning natural landscapes. Within its 2.2 million acres lie some of the Earth's greatest natural treasures. Famous for its hot springs, geysers, and geothermal features, the Greater Yellowstone ecosystem is home to an amazing array of animal wildlife. Tourists flock from all corners of the world to view these incredible creatures. But there's something far more amazing about Yellowstone that very few people ever notice. It's plant life. In recent years, however, a group of dedicated scientists from nearby Montana State University have been undertaking some groundbreaking research into some of the park's more unusual flora.
Plants are interesting because they sit in one place, but they're able to make a living doing that. They have to just put up with whatever the environment presents to them, and they convert sunlight into biomass, and they produce these gorgeous flowers, and there's all sorts of plant diversity. So plants are just so much smarter than animals.
One plant in particular has captured Kathy's interest.
Hot Springs panic grass grows around the thermal areas, so near warm pools and warm bodies of water where the soil pH is from 3.5 to 8.5 or 9, so very acidic to very basic soils. Soil temperature up to about 45 degrees Celsius, much warmer than you would find plants generally.
Because of this plant's extreme living conditions, there's been a great deal of interest in how it manages to survive.
Our working hypothesis is that the hot spring panic grass can tolerate these high temperatures because it forms a symbiosis with a fungus. Symbioses are very common in nature. I mean, the one we often think about is the one with rhizobium, with the bacteria that fixes nitrogen with legumes. You have fungi occurring naturally in the soil, and the root is coming in contact with those, and the fungi colonize the plant root. It grows inside it and acts as the plant carbon.
This fungus grows in the roots and it extends out into the soil, and we think that the fungus can grow in places where the roots can't, in higher temperatures, and increase nutrients and perhaps water.
In order to better understand this complex relationship, Kathy and Ilva have been using a range of advanced molecular techniques to study the symbiosis.
So the research we're doing on the hot spring panic grass is focusing on looking at the ecology of the plant-fungal symbiosis in the thermal areas, and to see if it actually functions differently from non-thermal areas. You cannot differentiate them by just looking at the roots. So the way we do that is we isolate the fungal DNA from plant roots, and we amplify it using PCR, polymerase chain reaction. After that, we cut it up, and the way it's cut up is depending on the sequence. And so we get a fingerprint, and those fingerprints are then compared to known fingerprints from fungal species that we've already identified in sequence. Knowing more about that, maybe we can predict how plants and fungi behave in harsh environments, such as heavy metal contaminated soils or extreme temperatures, and how important the fungus is for the plant under those environments.
In the light of growing concerns over the effects of global warming and the worldwide increase in drought conditions, many believe that research such as that done by Kathy and Ylva could have immense value to future generations.
Commercial applications for this type of fungal-plant relationship might involve inoculating crop plants such as wheat with the fungus, which would then impart thermal tolerance for the wheat plants, allowing them to survive in soil temperatures that were higher than average. I think this kind of agricultural application is timely because of global warming issues. So it's possible that inoculating plants with fungi such as Scarvularia could impart heat tolerance for plants, or possibly drought tolerance. So as global warming becomes more of an issue, this may be a way that farmers can compensate for the changes in environment.
Download this episode and more Terra at lifeonterra.com.